The moon hung high over the misty woods surrounding Crystal Lake. Its silver glow reflected off the water, eerily still, as if the lake itself was holding its breath. The lake had been quiet for years, with no one daring to set foot near its cursed shores. But legends have a way of drawing the curious, the foolish, and the doomed. Miles away, in the town of Springwood, the shadows of Freddy Krueger loomed large. Parents whispered his name in fear, while teenagers dismissed him as nothing more than a ghost story. But Freddy wasn't a ghost, he was real. He was the master of nightmares, and he fed on the fear of the young and reckless. On a crisp autumn night, a group of rebellious teens from Springwood decided to tempt fate. Danny, the group's fearless leader, proposed to his friends, Sarah, a skeptic, Mike, the joker, and Lisa, the quiet one. They agreed to camp at Crystal Lake to face both legends, Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. They packed their gear and drove to the abandoned campgrounds of Crystal Lake, where they set up camp by the water's edge. The night was filled with laughter and banter, but as the hours dragged on, an uneasy silence fell over the group. Lisa shivered, hearing a whisper. "Just the wind," Danny replied. But the whisper wasn't the wind. It was Freddy, lurking in the edges of their minds, waiting for one of them to fall asleep. Unbeknownst to the group, their arrival had disturbed something ancient and violent. Deep beneath the waters of Crystal Lake, Jason Voorhees stirred, rising with his machete in hand. The teens didn't notice the ripple in the lake, or the silent figure watching them from the tree line. Mike wandered into the woods to scare his friends, but never returned. A scream echoed through the night, silencing the group. They found Mike's flashlight, and a bloody machete embedded in a tree. From the shadows, Jason emerged, his mask reflecting the pale moonlight. He raised his machete, and the teens scattered, screaming. While Jason hunted the teens in the real world, Freddy was busy invading their dreams. Lisa, exhausted, drifted into an uneasy sleep, and found herself back at home. In her dream, Freddy appeared, his burned face twisted into a grin. "Welcome to my nightmare," he growled, lunging at Lisa. Her fear caught Jason's attention. He found her body, unconscious, and paused. Freddy materialized, taunting Jason. Jason charged, swinging his machete with brutal force. The two monsters clashed in a brutal, violent fight that tore through the campgrounds. Jason's raw strength matched Freddy's agility. Freddy used his dream powers to manipulate the environment, but Jason was unstoppable. Meanwhile, Danny and Sarah watched the fight, paralyzed by fear. Freddy noticed them. "Looks like we have an audience," he sneered. Jason, sensing new prey, turned toward the teens. Freddy, unwilling to share the kill, lunged at Jason, dragging him back into the fray. The fight escalated, moving toward the lake, where they disappeared beneath its surface. The teens fled the campgrounds and drove back to Springwood, vowing never to speak of what they saw. For weeks, Crystal Lake remained quiet, but the legend spread. Some claimed to see Jason stalking the woods again, while others reported nightmares of Freddy Krueger. Neither could truly die.